Huge sigh. We have a problem, folks. Look, if it were up to me, we wouldn't have heat or air conditioning here. We'd have open windows with fans. Maybe just walk around in my underwear in the summer. Maybe just throw on an extra sweater in the winter. Don't visualize any of that. Point is, the family feels like we should have heat in the winter and air conditioning in the summer. To each their own, tomato, tomato. Kids are kind of spoiled these days, right? Expecting climate control inside their house. So I called a reputable HVAC system in the greater Charlotte area, and they were even willing to come out of my house immediately, within 1 hour of me calling, because they did not want my family to be cold on Christmas morning. In fact, their recommendation, which was a completely new from the ground up, total new HVAC system for just $15,000, they were even willing to install it on Christmas Eve because they didn't want my family to be cold on Christmas morning. Well, I wanted to have gifts for my family on Christmas morning, so I wasn't going to spend $15,000 for a new HVAC unit. Luckily, I had an ace up my sleeve. Privateer hero Justin Rodbell, who we know as the privateer that works HVAC during the week, just happens to be headed from his home in Maryland out to California for Anaheim. And you know what's in between? My house in North Carolina. Let's get a real HVAC tech with a real price. All right, so we got the man in action, Rodbell. This is legit. You really do this.
We're here, yeah.
We've heard for years you work HVAC, but this is the first video proof in motocross.
I'm adding gas to the system, 410A. I flew in a couple months ago, right? Checked your system out.
This is hilarious. So we were at Anaheim at the media days, and I'm like, I got a question for you, but not about your racing program this year.
No.
Not about main events.
We don't talk about that.
No, I'm like,
real life situation.
The heat will not work upstairs in my house. And you're like, dude, I'll stop by. And I'm like, what? And you did.
Yeah, so I had a red eye in. I came straight off a red eye to your house.
Why did you fly to Charlotte when you live in Maryland?
Because my girlfriend's parents live in Asheville.
Oh, okay.
And it was cheaper. You know, I'm all about saving a dollar, bro.
I like it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So am I. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. Yes. So you stopped by and you saw the system was low on
refrigerant because the outside coil was freezing up, and yeah, we diagnosed it, and now here I am the day after Christmas because I'm on my way to California.
This is unreal.
And it works to stop in, throw some gas in it.
Yeah, what's between Anaheim and Maryland? North Carolina is. So the best part is Rodbell's like, dude, you just need refrigerant. If you call an HVAC guy and they recommend more than that, he's BSing you. And lo and behold, they told me I needed a $15,000 brand new system.
I know, that's terrible, man. Honesty is key, man. Just be honest, people. Honesty.
So a little refrigerant. Now I might have a leak. So yeah, this might not be the last time.
There could be a leak. Let's say there's 60, 70%. There is a leak there, but we're gonna nurse you through it.
Okay.
And not spend a lot of money. Because we're all about saving.
We're all about saving. We're all about saving, yes. So also, yeah, even if there's a leak, you can fix the leak. You don't need to replace every single piece.
Yeah, so I don't need to replace the system if there's a leak right here.
Yeah, you replace the part that's leaking.
You replace the leak.
Yes. If you blow up your bike, do you throw the entire bike out?
Depends if your factory counts.
Oh, yeah. Rodbell doesn't do that.
No, I have to rebuild it.
Yes, exactly. We'll check out your setup in a minute.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. I just want to show everybody. This is legit. We're not lying here. Look. That truck and that bike is headed to California. You get 2 gear bags, a toolbox, and a practice bike. Now, Rodbell, we talked about this in Anaheim.
Yeah.
At the media days.
Yes, sir.
Next Level Racing is your program.
Yeah.
And just give everybody an idea what that situation is.
So they give us a race bike, and it comes with, you know, we have to bring some sponsors on, and I have to pay for my travel, my entry fees. Yeah. A lot of the program, but they get it from point to point, A to B, and without them I wouldn't be racing. So shout out to Chris and Rhonda over there at Team Next Level. But I have to do a lot, which I love, or I wouldn't do it, right?
I know. But yeah, it's interesting. He told me that it's kind of a character building thing. He's not trying to become a factory team.
Yeah.
He's trying to help, kind of give back, help you guys. That's his real goal.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care about results. And we did have a talk this year when I went out to Cali for a week. I said, could you be mean to me this year?
Oh, you want?
Like, if I ride bad, come back and I don't care. We can be mad at each other, and at the end of the night, shake hands and be fine.
Okay.
So it was funny. We kind of had a funny conversation.
You want a little pressure?
I need a little pressure, not no pressure. And he's like, I don't care about results, but I want results. But I also love the fact they're just trying to make us better people, and
Yeah.
it really it helps having good people around you, surrounding yourself with people that want you to do great, and hopefully we'll do great things.
Last year, I didn't even see you at Anaheim. You weren't even at Anaheim 1. And then out of nowhere, you get into the main at round 2. You were really on fire early in the season.
Yeah.
What was the problem at the beginning of the year where you weren't even at round 1?
I broke my wrist
Yeah.
at the arena cross, first round of arena cross, throwing a whip the last lap of practice.
Okay.
Little bit of Mr. Big Dickens, you know? Throw it thinking he's
Just
cool.
want to throw it down? Okay.
And it was not cool.
Okay.
So I learned my lesson, big time.
Yeah, but we kind of like the old parade lap whips at Budds Creek. We kind of like that.
Yeah, it's just embarrassing when you wreck.
Okay. And it was in practice too. It was in practice too. So you missed round 1.
Missed round 1.
Yeah.
Showed up round 2. And it just clicked. One of those things that just worked.
Yeah.
Round 3, it worked.
Yep.
Round 4, it almost worked.
Yeah.
And then round 5, it just didn't. And it didn't. So we're gonna focus on keeping it working this year.
Okay. Making mains consistently.
Yeah, and if not, we'll just figure out what the problem is.
Well, the other cool thing is you mentioned, okay, we had the joke about the HVAC job back in 2020 when you were killing it outdoors. Then eventually you went away from that. Now you're back.
Yeah, I went to, I'm gonna go train, full-time racer, ride my bicycle. And I still do ride my bicycle all the time, but I don't know. I went back to more of I think it was a lot of stress. A lot of people don't realize, us privateers, that money we make on the weekend is what pays our bills. And we don't make a lot of money on the weekend. So if you don't make that night show, which I've never not made a night show, but if you don't make that night show and that money pays for your rent, your truck payment, etc. I'm not a little boy.
Yeah, you have to support yourself.
Yes, I have to pay for bills.
Yes.
So that's the difference now. This supports that.
Yeah.
HVAC pays my bills, and that's just like gravy. And I think that aspect makes it more fun, and then the results just follow on top of that.
Yeah, so even though you have to, what time? 5 a.m. you said you usually go to work or something like that?
We had a government shutdown the other day.
Yeah.
And my boss said, hey man, just make sure you're here at 3 tomorrow. All right, yes sir.
3 a.m.
3 a.m.
3 a.m. Okay, so that's the downside.
That's the downside.
But you're saying overall, you can still get your training, riding done. And it takes the pressure off.
Yeah. I mean, it's not perfect, but I didn't grow up rich. It's not. I mean, some people can get that, some people don't.
Yep.
I didn't. I'm going to earn it myself.
Yes. Yeah, you're living the dream still.
Yeah.
You're living the dream.
Exactly. I'm driving across the country right now in my car, dude. At 24 years old.
I cannot believe my house is luckily on the way to Anaheim. You had a hilarious story of how this came to be, how the HVAC job, this was not something you were looking into.
Yeah, so I was riding.
Yeah.
I'll start from square one. I was riding with my buddy Scotty Clark.
Yeah.
I got back from Australia. That's a whole nother story. I got kicked out of there for getting the wrong visa. Racing.
Okay.
But I'm riding in Maryland, not knowing what the hell I'm going to do with my life. And my buddy's like, let's go ride down the street. I said, all right, we can do that? That sounds awesome. Yeah, badass track down the street. So we went there.
You didn't even know about this track?
Didn't even know about this track.
Okay.
We ride the track. The owner of the track comes driving down in his buggy. He's like, hey man, what's up? I'm Danny Fluhart. Nice to meet you. I'm Justin. So I ride. And he's like, dude, you can ride.
Yeah.
And
did he know of you?
No, we didn't even know of each other.
So when he saw you ride?
Yeah, he's like, dude, what the heck? He's like, what do you do for money? And I'm like, well, I kind of just race, make a couple hundred every now and again.
Yeah.
At this time, I was 18, and he's like, well, you want to come to work tomorrow? And this is the week of COVID, so all of his workers quit. And I'm like, yeah. I was like, mind you asking, what will you do for work?
You said yeah, and you had no clue what the actual work would be.
Yes, because I had no job. And my parents, at the time, my parents, you know, an 18-year-old kid, your parents are like, what are you doing, you bum? I wasn't a bum, but they're like,
it's time to do something.
Time to do something, buddy.
Okay.
So I went to work. He's like, how does XYZ sound an hour? And I'm like, we're going to work every day.
Yeah.
And
4 a.m., 3 a.m., I don't care.
And then I started doing well in racing, so then I started making enough to where it's like, oh, I don't have to work. But now that I didn't work for 2-3 years, I kind of think I should have the whole time.
Yeah.
That's on myself. You live and learn.
Yeah.
And luckily this job is here.
So you just called him back?
He told me the job's always here.
Wow.
And so yeah, I'm back working full time.
So you went to ride at a track that was owned by a guy who runs HVAC.
Yeah, and
he offered you a job.
Turned out I'm an HVAC dude. Makes pretty good money.
Now, does he know you're doing side work, or we're about to blow? You're about to get blown out because you're on this video.
No, he
now.
knows we're here.
He's cool with it.
Yeah, he loves that I'm here.
Well, my favorite part is, so you're driving to Anaheim from here. You brought these gauges and you bought this tank, and now you need to have it with you the entire time you're in California.
We used all the 410A, so we're going to dispose this later.
Okay, all right. Just dump it in the woods back there or something?
We left the 410A at Weegis. But
okay, yeah, no problem. Well, you got to swing by here on the drive back.
Yeah.
How long are you out there? Through around?
I'm going to drive back after Phoenix.
Okay.
Right home and then fly to Tampa.
So if I need to be topped up again.
Yeah, we got you. I'm the East Coast specialist.
I like that. I got an HVAC guy coming from Maryland, which is 5 hours from here to make this work.
Well, we're good. We're charged up.
Oh, we're charged up?
System's running great. Remember before it was skipping?
It was skipping, and like legitimately, I wish I had a time lapse. This was frozen. This area right here was frozen.
The coil was frozen.
The coil was frozen.
Oil was
Those in the business will know what that means. And it thawed out as you were standing here.
Yeah, that's what happens when we do things right.
Not a $15,000 brand new system. I will not name names, but a HVAC company said that's what I needed. No, I just needed Rodbell.
Yeah, we just need a little gas.
It's a lot less than $15,000.
Just a little bit.
Yes, and look, I'm all about supporting the privateers. I am just like Mathis.
Just like them.
Just like Mathis, I am more than glad to put money in the privateers' pockets.
Yeah.
As long as they save me a whole bunch of money first.
Exactly.
Then I'm super down with it. All right, after this, we'll see you in about 2 weeks in Anaheim.
See you later, man.
Rodbell, he's gonna make the main.
We're in the main event.
We're in the main event this year. We're making it happen.